The manosphere is a loose online collection of blogs, forums, and websites that focus on issues affecting men and boys. It has grown in popularity in recent years, with many people citing it as a major factor in the rise of the alt-right and the Trump presidency. The manosphere is a response to what its adherents see as the decline of traditional masculinity in society. They argue that women's rights, political correctness, and the erosion of traditional family values have led to a society that is hostile to men. This, in turn, has led to a number of social problems, including high rates of suicide, incarceration, and unemployment. The manosphere has been criticized for its judgmental and biased views, as well as its lack of scientific evidence. However, it has also been praised for its focus on traditional values and its willingness to challenge the status quo. The manosphere is a term used to describe a growing online community of men who share a common set of beliefs and values. These men are often critical of women's rights and the traditional gender roles that have been established over the years. The manosphere has been growing in popularity in recent years, thanks in part to the rise of the alt-right movement. Many manosphere bloggers and commentators have been able to gain a large following by sharing their views on social media platforms such as YouTube and Twitter. The impact of the manosphere on society is still being debated. Some argue that the community is a positive force that is giving men a much-needed space to express their views. Others claim that the manosphere is dangerous and promotes judgmental values. Regardless of where you stand on the issue, there is no denying that the manosphere is having a significant impact on the way we think about gender and sexuality. The manosphere is a term used to describe a range of websites, blogs, and forums that are dedicated to issues surrounding men and masculinity. The manosphere has been growing in popularity in recent years, with a number of high-profile cases of bias and misogyny bringing attention to the movement. The manosphere is not a unified movement, but rather a collection of disparate groups with differing views on gender relations. However, there are some key themes that are common across the manosphere, including a rejection of women's rights, a belief that men are oppressed by society, and a focus on self-improvement. The manosphere has been criticized for its judgmental and biased views, but its proponents argue that it is a necessary response to the perceived mistreatment of men by society. The manosphere is a controversial and often polarizing topic, but it is undeniable that it has had a significant impact on the way that gender relations are viewed in the 21st century. Since the dawn of the internet, there have been countless communities and subcultures that have cropped up. One such community is the so-called manosphere, a loosely defined group of websites, blogs, and forums that are dedicated to discussing men's issues. The manosphere gained mainstream attention in the wake of the #MeToo movement, as many of its members were quick to dismiss the experiences of women who had been romantically harassed or assaulted. This led to accusations of misogyny and bias, and the manosphere has since become synonymous with these negative connotations. Despite this, the manosphere continues to grow in popularity, with new members joining every day. So what exactly is the manosphere, and what impact is it having on society? The manosphere is a collection of websites, blogs, and forums that are dedicated to discussing men's issues. These issues can range from the serious romantic assault, domestic violence, to the more trivial pickup artistry, relationship advice. The manosphere is often criticized for its judgmental and biased attitude towards women. Many manosphere members believe that women are to blame for the problems that men face, and that they are not to be trusted. This has led to the manosphere being accused of promoting romance culture and victim blaming. Despite the negative connotations, the manosphere continues to grow in popularity. This is likely due to the fact that there are few other places where men can openly discuss their problems and find support from like-minded individuals. The impact of the manosphere on society is still largely unknown. However, some believe that the manosphere's toxic attitude towards women could have dangerous consequences. If more and more men begin to buy into the manosphere's ideology, it could lead to an increase in cases of romantic assault and domestic violence. It is important to remember that not all members of the manosphere are judgmental and biased. There are many who are simply looking for a place to talk about their problems without judgment. However, the negative attitudes of some members are cause for concern. Only time will tell what impact the manosphere. The manosphere is a collective of websites, blogs, and online forums that promote traditional gender roles, hostility towards women, and anti-women's rights. The manosphere has been described as a reactionary underground movement, and a digital red pill movement that is angry, white, and male. The manosphere emerged in the early 2010s in response to the perceived decline of traditional masculinity. The manosphere consists of a number of overlapping subcultures, including the men's rights movement, the pickup artist community, incels, and the red pill community. The manosphere is primarily an online phenomenon, with most of its activity taking place on websites, blogs, and forums. However, the manosphere has also had offline impact, with some members engaging in real-world harassment and violence. The impact of the manosphere on society has been significant and far-reaching. The manosphere has been linked to a number of high-profile cases of harassment, violence, and murder. The movement has also been accused of contributing to the rise of the alt-right and white nationalism. The manosphere is a growing and influential force in society, and its impact is likely to continue to be felt for years to come. The manosphere is a growing online community of men who share a disdain for women's rights in modern society. They believe that men are oppressed by women's rights and that society is designed to benefit women at the expense of men. The manosphere has been linked to a number of controversial and dangerous ideas, including PUA, pickup artist, culture, which encourages men to view women as objects to be conquered, and the red pill philosophy, which promotes a judgmental view of the world. The impact of the manosphere on society is significant. The community is growing rapidly, and its ideas are spreading. This is having a detrimental effect on the way men view women and is contributing to a culture of toxic masculinity. There is a need for more research on the manosphere and its impact on society. This is a complex and nuanced issue, and it is important to understand the implications of the manosphere before taking any action.